Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Live. We're talking about the final here. Trailblazers playing the Supernovas. Harman, the captain of the Supernovas, won the toss and put Trailblazers into bat. They were going really well. A good solid power play, a 71-run opening partnership between Captain Smriti and, of course, the big hit. Well, not today, but the big hitter Dottin not having a good day today, of course. But after that, it was just all shambolic, the wheels coming off the Trailblazers' batting effort, and then pretty much stumbling to 118 is where they managed to get for the loss of 8 wickets at the end of 20 overs. Smriti Mandhana, of course, was a solo show, getting 68 of those 118. She'll be right if she looks around and says, where were all of you today? Where were all of you? I'm Gaurav Kapur. I have Lisa Sthalekar and Joy Bhattacharjya here with me. Lisa, I mean, Smriti definitely is well within her rights to look around and say, you have all let me down today.
Yeah, she gave the Trailblazers a perfect start. Not only did she capitalise in the power play, but she was able to keep it going in the 10-over mark. And by the 15th over, they were 101 for 2. And then they lost 6 for 17.
Yeah. Joy, this is not, I mean, honestly, when we came for Cricbuzz Combox at the end of the 10th over, Lisa and me were having an argument about whether it'll be closer to my guess of a score of 155 or hers 162. Geez, the wheels came off.
Absolutely. I mean, that just tells you about the quality of the innings that she herself played, the quality of the innings that Smriti played today and the way she batted. Nobody else really seemed to take responsibility out here, and that's a pity. It's just been such a good batting effort by her, but I think the rest of her batsmen have totally let her down. I mean, 16 to 20th over with runs in hand to go for 3.4 is ridiculous. It's something that it's unbelievable at this level.
Yeah, but Lisa, let's not take away from Radha. Oh, geez, look at that. Those spinner dismissals. Loved it. Loved the loop.
Yeah, I think actually it was Poonam Yadav that was the first one that really slowed it up. And she stopped Deandra Dottin doing what we've all known and loved about her. She was bowling in the 50s, 58 kilometres an hour. And the rest of the spinners went, okay, there's something in it. There's something for me to take it off. And obviously the pitch at Sharjah, it's tired, it's turning. And Radha bowled perfect length, perfect flight, perfect speeds. And it was hard for the middle order batters when you come in to go hard when there's nothing coming to you and the ball's turning as well.
Yeah, because you saw with Dottin, obviously everybody knows Deandra Dottin's game. It's to go big, to hit the ball hard. Poonam Yadav, of course, gave her nothing. That ball was coming towards Dottin in slow motion. And eventually just never got there. But there you go. That's the bowling effort, Joy. And you're looking down that right column and you go, Radha Yadav, whoa! 5 wickets. You got a 5 in a final. Geez, that's a memorable day. Yes, of course, it was Poonam Yadav who sort of started it. But then Radha got all those wickets. Atapattu held on to those catches. Yeah, that was good. I like those 2-2 balls with the photocopy dismissals. They were great.
Yeah, absolutely. One to a right-hander, one to a left-hander, and then Atapattu, just in case you missed her the first time, points out her name on the back of her shirt saying, remember the name, it's here, Atapattu.
I remember the name. I don't remember the spelling yet because you have to hold the shot for at least 30 seconds.
Yeah. No, it changes. Each kind of scorecard you look, it's different.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I remember Marwan Atapattu having a far shorter one. There's far too many PTHs in Chamari Atapattu.
Yeah. Just
Joy clear it for us. Joy clear it for us. Trivia King Joy will clear it for us. What's the correct spelling?
Atapattu. An H there and an H again. And while we are on that matter, Dottin played too many dots today.
Oh!
15 dot balls. I mean, ridiculous. I mean, how can you play in the opening overs and have some... So, but, it was really interesting because she was trying to time it. And I think by then we should have known that, I mean, really, it just puts into contrast what a class innings Smriti played.
Yeah.
Nobody else just seemed to time the ball. To be able to hit sixes on that ground, and Richa can hit the ball, Dottin can hit the ball. None of them could just clear anything.
I do think, Gaurav, I do think that Trailblazers missed a beat with Chantam. She came in at 9. Now she opens the batting for Thailand, and even that last shot, she looked to get in good position. She timed the ball really well. They kind of put what they thought were hitters before her, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to have seen her bat a little bit higher up. And again, this goes back to our previous point that so few matches, even these players didn't get a chance to see what she was capable of, just because they just didn't have enough time in the nets in matches to see and test out their 11.
This is something that we speak about in the men's game as well, right? Where we go that when there's international coaches and captains, sometimes they don't know the young Indian players, right? And this is just the reverse that's happened in the women's game, which is that the Indian core of coaches and senior leadership perhaps has just not seen enough of the Thai opener and just didn't know. Oh, she came at 9 today, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's at 9. I remember Lisa pointing out when we were watching the game, saying she's an opener. She's coming at 9. That's even. I remember Joy. I remember criticizing your team, Kolkata, when Rahul Tripathi, the opener, came at 8. The Trailblazers have managed to do one more. Send an opener at 9.
No, the other thing, and I think that's what Lisa would be thinking about, is that look, when the ball doesn't come onto the bat, okay, then the harder you just can't time it. You can try and hit it as hard as you like. It's never going to go. What you need then is people who can time the ball, who can wait for it, and people who can maneuver the field. 4s and 6s are not going. You're not getting them anyway. Let somebody there who can take a quick single, maybe convert it to, find a gap there, hit a couple of 4s. That's what you needed. And I think they got it all wrong. They just tried, they tried to hit their way out of trouble. On pitches like this, that's the worst idea possible. You just can't do it.
Yeah, and I mean, you should have just taken a cue from your captain. I mean, look at Smriti. Look at the way that she played. And while we're talking about all the Trailblazers got wrong and all the Supernovas got right, let's not forget the one thing that the Trailblazers got right, which is their captain themselves. Lisa, when she is in the mood and the form that she's in today, she's just amongst the best you will ever see.
And that's why she's already won, Player of the Year ICC awards for One Day Player of the Year, 2018. And because of that 2017 World Cup, around that time, she just burst onto the scene because she kept playing shots and strokes like this, but she was also consistent and she was able to back it up. And we missed that in the T20 World Cup. India dearly missed her and her captain, Harmanpreet Kaur, not scoring runs. So it's glad to see that she's back in the runs and that she's playing her majestic shots because she does make it look easy, and that's what the best players in the world do very well.
Majestic, exquisite. There was just a lot of adjectives when you saw her. The one she just happened to be alone today, and that's not what the Trailblazers and their fans would have wanted. Remember that if you're giving the Supernovas with that kind of batting lineup, with that kind of firepower, if you're giving them less than a run a ball, Joy, then you haven't done enough, because the Supernovas will take this with both their hands wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they're going to bat. The one thing that they will be telling each other is, first 6 over, ball is hard, hit it as hard as you can, get as many runs as possible.
Yeah.
And you're likely to see, if you even see the lineup, the Trailblazers batting card, lots of runs went to the fast bowler. Pooja Vastakar went for 10 runs.
Yeah.
All the fast bowlers went for runs. And I think that's what they'll say, that, if Julan doesn't work, doesn't get anything, Kaka went for runs early. So, that's what I'm saying. They're the only ones who went for runs. Once Poonam and Radha Yadav, when they started coming in, Sirivardhaneka started coming in, then it became very, very difficult to score. So I think that's the one thing. They'll probably take a couple of overs at Julan, hope for an early breakthrough, because she's a class act as a bowler. But after that, it's going to be a lot of Rajashri Gaikwad and Sophie Eccleston and lots of pace taken off the ball.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of spin, Lisa. They've got it as well. They just have to, cut, copy, paste what the Supernovas did.
Yeah, they do. And they've got 5 spinners. So Dipti Sharma's there, Haleen Diol, Rajashri Gaikwad, Sophie Eccleston, and Salman Khatun. So you've got a lot of spin there. They could actually potentially just play spin. Right. Wouldn't that be interesting, huh?
Wow. Geez, that'd probably be the first time that's happened ever in a T20 game, ever, anywhere. But Julan's going to bowl.
Okay, she could bowl one over.
Yeah, perhaps. Just the one. But they will. And you'll have somebody like Sophie Eccleston looking and going, hey, listen, I want revenge. She got 4 in her game against Velocity. She got none in her game against the same opposition a couple of nights ago. She's going to look at this and, you become the world's best by picking up on seeing what you're seeing around you. She's had a good look at what the Supernovas have done. And Lisa, you know that she's picked up from the pitch. She's picked up from what the opposition bowlers did. And you know that she's going to be applying this.
Yeah, she's certainly a clever bowler. And this is where it goes back to my point about the captaincy. So Harmanpreet Kaur got it right. She bowled Poonam Yadav out. She bowled her at the right time a lot earlier. Now we're going to see whether Smriti Mandhana is going to do exactly the same. Because I think that the power play overs, that are going to be really crucial. If they can stem some flow of runs and pick up wickets, and then when you put your four fielders out after that, after the 6 overs, then you can kind of choke them up with spin from both ends. Then we could get still a close affair.
But Joy, I mean, you're looking at less than a run a ball. You may try and choke them, but that asking run rate is never going to be a threat, right? It'll just never be a threat. So are they going into this? Are Trailblazers going into it? They should probably be thinking aggressive. They should be thinking attacking. They're like, listen, we've got to knock 6 wickets over, 7 wickets over. We can only win then.
Look, I'm not sure. On this field, I'm not sure. You get a couple of tight overs in. Suppose they end up in the power play with about, say, 27-28 for 1 or 2 wickets down.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've got to score at even 6.57 in the last, and you have 16 overs of spin. It's not going to be easy. I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy because, see, comparatively, it's even more difficult to play. The amount of power. So a Chamari Atapattu might have that kind of power. A Harmanpreet might. Not every batsman has that power, and timing is very difficult for anyone coming in new. You saw everyone new trying to time, they just couldn't get anything.
Also, Smriti said something that really sort of piqued my curiosity at the toss, where she said that we want to bat first because batting first is easier on this pitch and it kind of slows up. I don't know if that was just sort of psychological warfare against the opposition after being put into bat. Lisa, what did you make of that?
Well, then you had Harman saying it's easier to bat second because the ball slides on a bit more. I think there was a little bit of byplay, a little bit of gameplay happening at the toss with the captains. And always, as a captain, you don't say, actually, I wanted to do exactly the same as what the team who won the toss. No, I'm happy to bat. That's what we wanted.
Yeah. So that's actually after every toss, right? When you look at both captains, why did you even come out? You both just got. You both are pretending to have got exactly what you wanted. All right. Well, 119 is what the Supernovas need to get their hands around this trophy for a third time. Can they win this final? Well, you're seeing what the situation is. It's not easy to bat, especially when you take the pace off. Geez, he's just calling it. It's going to be a close one, and I really hope it is. Who are you rooting for? Let us know. Hashtag Cricbuzz Live. Tweet to us. And also, I hope you've sent in your answers for the Joy Factor question. We're going to come in at the end of the 10th over and take stock of this chase. That's going to be Cricbuzz Combox. We'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live.